Jason from Illinois writes in with a question that I would not blame any of you for declining to answer, but I think it would be a fun question anyway, so here goes. Who is the most famous person you have in your cell phone? How did they get there? Would they answer if you called?
I mean...
Does anybody want to answer that?
Nope.
No? Do you have any... Dan, we'll get to you because I know you actually have an answer for this, but like, do you have anybody that you would consider to qualify for this?
I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think I have anybody.
In his own mind, anyway. Let me try calling him.
A friend of mine used to work for some place in LA. I don't know if it was an agency or what. And he's like, "Man, I got all these celebrities' phone numbers.
Yeah.
I could just look up anybody. Who do you want?" I was like,
It's dangerous.
I don't know.
That's an unhealthy amount of power.
I like Shannon Sossaman.
Yeah.
She was in A Knight's Tale.
Did you get her number?
Yeah.
What? No, you didn't.
I did. And I didn't do anything for years.
Okay, that's good.
And then one time I finally called it and it was disconnected.
That's wow. Okay,
Yeah.
Somebody else got there first.
I'm getting a phone call.
Oh wow. Who is it?
You should probably take it. I mean, it might be important.
All right, I can put him on speaker.
I don't mind. We can wait.
Hang on. Hello.
Hey, Dan.
Yes.
Hey, Jason, your old buddy.
Yeah, how's it go from Game Informer? How's it going? What are you up to? How's Minnesota?
We had a bet that I had to call a famous person on the phone.
Okay.
We wanted to know if they'd pick up, and you did.
Yeah.
This sounds terrible, by the way.
Yeah.
I'm going to
I
end
don't
this
know
call.
why. Are you in a tunnel or something?
Good to hear from you.
Okay, see you, Jason.
Yeah, he picked up.
Okay, good to know.
So no, you don't have anybody famous in your phones.
Yeah.
No, not really.
Okay. Ryan, my favorite was that Ryan had Ice-T.
That's awesome.
And spoke to him. Like we were there when they spoke on the phone one day, and I forget why.
Like we were talking about trying to do something with Ice-T at one point, and then he was busy filming SVU, and so there was going to be a time when we maybe we were going to get him while he was in LA, but then he went back out to New York for Law and Order.
Yes.
I don't know.
Never came together.
We were talking about it for a while, and then like it seemed like everyone else that covers video games picked up on the idea that Ice-T likes video games, and everyone started hounding him. It seemed like, and I was like, all right, maybe we don't need to get a hold of Ice-T for some stuff.
Way to ruin a good thing, guys.
Let a man live.
Yeah.
I used to work with a guy whose phone number, he was like I don't know what he was, some kind of video producer or something. His phone number was in Paris Hilton's cell phone. So when her cell phone got hacked and everyone's phone numbers got out, he didn't change it because he liked to answer the call and just see who was calling.
Yeah. Wow.
And so
that's good.
every once in a while, he just would go, hello. Hi, and then just chat with a random person for a while.
That was pretty good. Just own it.
There was a good story not that long ago that I saw from someone who had Sir Mix-a-Lot's old cell phone number. And it was about the calls that he would get and texts that he would get.
Wow. I bet that was fun.
Yeah.
Dan, what do you think?
In terms of sheer number of Twitter followers, there are several current WWE roster members that are probably way up there.
Yeah.
Nikki Glaser got pretty big, obviously.
Yeah.
Nick Swardson and maybe Riff Raff.
Riff Raff.
Wow.
Somebody else. I don't think I ended up putting that email in here, but somebody else this week randomly wrote in asking for a Riff Raff update.
He sold his record label for $4 million.
Wow, really?
Yes.
The Peach Panther is due soon.
The Codeine Castle is going to get some.
He's been in the Codeine Castle doing his thing. Hopefully finishing up the Peach Panther. I can't wait to hear it.
What was the name of his label?
I don't know.
Forget.
And who would buy it?
I don't think he actually had a
Riff
label.
Tracks.
Yeah, that was the name of it. Pretty popular, as it turns out. No, whenever I have come into contact with what you would consider a celebrity cell phone number, I don't put it in my phone.
Really?
Out of like fear that I would accidentally voice dial it or do something dumb like that or whatever. I would just kind of keep it separately and use it when I need to use it or whatever. But
that's fair.
It would be kind of kept separately. So
that's fair.
I think I still have Billy Mitchell's.
Really?
Yeah. Let me see.
What was that?
I interviewed him in like 2007 or something.
All right.
Actually, no. I think that was his home number. Yeah, I've got him here.
I've got Trickman Terry.
Let's see. He's a 954 number. I don't know.
I've got the original Sushi X.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
No.
Damn.
Yeah.
Not Sushi X.
Oh yeah, the Sushi X. There's been several throughout the year. But
So yeah, I mean, I would have people. Yes, I have a lot of video game people in my phone.
Yeah,
that I don't know if would qualify for this or not. But
I think,
but anyone that's been kind of outside of that life, like people that I am getting this number for a specific reason, and only for one purpose. Like I'd never enter that shit on my phone.
Yeah. I think Kirsten Dunst is still to this day the most famous phone conversation I ever had.
Whoa.
And that is lost to time.
Yeah.
Except that there's a cassette tape in my house somewhere with the full conversation on it.
Why? How did that happen?
That is creepy.
She was in.
I mean, it was for the site. It was for GameSpot.
Sure.
It was like we posted. I think it. Oh, I should not mention this. I think it might still be on. I mean, old GameSpot content is so hit and miss in terms of whether you can find it or not.
But I have access to the FTPs where the old videos live.
Well, this was just an audio file. We hosted it in like a weird because the site
might still be on the
site
might still be sitting on D3 somewhere.
But what was it?
I don't even remember at this point. My
for a Spider-Man game, or
I think it was for a Spider. She was not remotely.
No, she was
interested in
Hayden Panettiere. It was in
talking about
Assassin's
Spider-Man
Creed, not
game.
Kirsten Dunst. Right?
I think it was a
That
Spider-Man.
was Kristen Bell was in Assassin's Creed.
Close enough.
I'm pretty sure it was a Spider-Man game. I also interviewed Frank Welker, voice of Megatron,
right?
One time.
Yeah.
That was fucking awesome. He was super cool.
Didn't you talk to Randy Savage?
Did I talk to Randy Savage? Did I?
I remember. I remember when Legends of Wrestling was coming out. You were interviewing like
they did. Warrior and Savage were the two guys that were kind of given to the media.
I feel like I would remember that.
I feel like you.
Yes.
How could a person meet Randy Savage and forget? How's that possible? That's not possible.
Maybe it wasn't you. Then,
I don't think so.
But
I did a bunch of backyard wrestling coverage, so I interviewed like ICP.
Yeah, you interviewed ICP
and some of that stuff.
What was Shaggy 2 Dope really like? He's the smaller of the two with the dreadlocks.
No, I remember.
Yeah,
I'm just thinking back on it. Yeah, that was a weird one.
I remember.
I went in their dressing room for that one.
And was that at that mansion where they're having that event?
Weed smoke in there.
Yeah.
It was somewhere in like South City.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Or was it a dog patch? No.
Oh, it was here? Okay.
It was here.
Because I went to Southern California, like some Malibu like mansion or some mansion overlooking the freeway and the beach and all this other stuff that they had rented for the day, and they put a wrestling ring in the backyard, and then like ICP performed but also wrestled, and like Madman Pondo and some of the other characters from the game that were part of like ICP's wrestling clique were there.
Was that 1 or 2?
That might have been 2.
Okay.
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't remember.
Whichever one I went to was here.
But I remember going to that thing, and it was like, okay, if you interview me here, then yeah, okay. And they were at that thing, and I did not talk to them there. I was okay. I didn't need that interview. Yeah, they were putting on this big loud event where they were playing loud music and wrestling in this, like, you know, in this like very nice mansion kind of house, like surrounded by other similar houses. And I guess the neighbors started complaining, and the owner of the place was still there, and he kept like walking around like complaining to I guess it was IDOS, right? This is to IDOS PR, who and the people that were running the event for IDOS. They're like, you have to, they need to be quieter. They need to be quieter. Like he was freaking out because apparently he was not supposed to, like something in his lease or something in like the conditions of him living there precluded him from throwing parties or renting the place out.
Good job.
And he had done it anyway. And I think a pretty common practice, like I guess, like, you know, they had found his place on some, you know, marketplace for finding this sort of stuff, and it turns out that the vast majority of people that were using that marketplace were using it for porn.
Nice.
So there's that, I guess.
Yeah.
Anyway, that was one of the weirder events I think I've ever been to.
Because backyard wrestling was super violent. They were breaking light bulbs all over each other.
Totally.
People were coming out of the ring super bloody.
They didn't necessarily do a lot of that at this. Really, it was in just this dude's backyard.
The one I went to was very much like, you know, body slam a guy on top of a bunch of fluorescent light bulbs.
That right. Sounds about right.
Yeah.
Or whatever. Just like people would come out with just like rivulets of blood coming down their back.
Yep.
That one was rough. I
had a light tube broken across. I know I've told the story before. But I had a light tube broken across my back, and it was unpleasant. Don't do it.
Yeah. It's a lot of.
I wore multiple layers, and it still.
Oh wow, really? I mean, these guys are just shirtless, obviously.
Oh yeah. It just felt like someone fucking hit me with a bat. It was like, this sucks. I thought this glass thing would be like I wouldn't even feel it, but no, this is unpleasant.
Next email, in the vein of an emails you might decline to answer. Harold from